On the outskirts of town, hidden among overgrown trees and obscured by the passage of time, lay the remnants of a forgotten carnival. Intrigued by the eerie tales whispered among locals, I ventured into the decaying fairground, oblivious to the unspeakable horrors that awaited in the shadows. The rusted gates creaked open with a mournful wail as I entered the desolate carnival grounds. Faded banners flapped in the cold wind, their garish colors now muted by years of neglect. The air was thick with a sense of abandonment, and an uneasy stillness settled over the dilapidated rides and forgotten attractions. As I wandered deeper into the heart of the carnival, the atmosphere became increasingly surreal. The once vibrant carousel stood frozen in time, its chipped paint and cracked mirrors reflecting the haunting emptiness that surrounded me. A distant music box melody played on a loop, the haunting tune echoing through the abandoned carnival like a ghostly lament. The flickering lights of the fortune-teller's tent drew me in, the fabric flapping in the wind like a spectral dance. The air inside the tent was heavy with an otherworldly energy as I approached the weathered crystal ball. Hesitant, I allowed my hand to brush against its cold surface, and a shiver ran down my spine. The crystal ball came to life with an ethereal glow, revealing glimpses of the carnival's forgotten past. Distorted visions of laughter and merriment intertwined with shadows of unspeakable horrors that had unfolded beneath the garish facade. Faces distorted into grotesque masks, and the joyous screams of children transformed into anguished cries that lingered in the air. A sudden gust of wind extinguished the flickering candles around the tent, plunging me into darkness. Panic set in as I stumbled through the void, disoriented by the echoes of distant laughter and tortured whispers that seemed to surround me. Shadows danced along the edges of my vision, and the carnival's forgotten spirits came to life in the encroaching darkness. A ghostly figure materialized before me, its face obscured by a tattered carnival mask. The air grew colder as it beckoned me towards an obscured passage behind the tent. Compelled by an unseen force, I followed, the carnival grounds transforming into a nightmarish maze where the boundaries between reality and the supernatural blurred. The ghostly figure led me to a forgotten funhouse, its entrance adorned with faded images of twisted clowns and distorted mirrors. With each step, the air became thicker, and the echoes of distant laughter grew more maniacal. The funhouse seemed to warp and contort, its distorted corridors an ever-shifting labyrinth. As I navigated the disorienting maze, the ghostly figure remained a step ahead, its presence a constant reminder of the carnival's tragic history. Shadows whispered of forgotten souls trapped within the funhouse's twisted corridors, their laughter now twisted into mournful echoes. Abruptly, the funhouse spat me out into a desolate clearing, the ghostly figure disappearing into the shadows. Before me stood an ancient carousel, its skeletal horses frozen in mid-gallop. A haunting melody emanated from the dilapidated music box, a tune that seemed to echo the tormented souls of the carnival's forgotten patrons. As the melody played on, the carousel slowly came to life, its rusted gears groaning with an otherworldly resonance. The ghostly figure reappeared, now surrounded by a spectral procession of children whose laughter had been silenced by the horrors of the carnival's past. A cold realization settled over me, the carnival's forgotten spirits sought release, their restless souls bound to the decaying fairground. The ghostly figure extended a hand, its eyes pleading for salvation. With a mixture of fear and empathy, I reached out, and the world around me dissolved into a blinding light. I awoke on the outskirts of the carnival grounds, the rusted gates now sealed behind me. The dilapidated rides and forgotten attractions lay dormant, the echoes of laughter and screams now silenced. As I walked away, the haunting melody of the music box played in my mind, a bittersweet reminder of the forgotten carnival and the souls that had found solace in the embrace of the light.